Hello. 2021 was a significant year for the EVTOL sector in particular and electric aviation in general. There was more progress compared to the previous years. While in 2020 much of the development was in rolling out conceptual designs, 2021 saw a flurry of financial activity. Funds were raised through investments, mergers, SPAC, and even crowdfunding. There was also progress on the certification front and on ground infrastructure layout. We will cover this and more in this video. We will look at various aircraft manufacturers first before delving into battery technology progress. 2021 was a monumental year for the eVTOL sector. We can now finally place orders for personal aerial vehicles. Although this is not for the much anticipated Opener's Blackfly. Note that Opener had announced 25 units available for purchase by fall 2021. The orders can however be placed for Jetson 1, a Swedish company producing single-seat multi-rotor aircraft. It has been priced at $92,000. On the urban air mobility front, the biggest order by far was given to the British company Vertical Aerospace. In collaboration with the Japanese Marubeni Corporation, they have collectively agreed conditional pre-orders of 1,350 aircraft in total with a value of approximately $5 billion, bringing the price of each VAX4 to about $4 million per unit. At present, Vertical Aerospace are well on their way to making their first full-scale prototype. Similarly, Avanto, the largest operator of Embraer executive jets in Latin America, has signed a letter of intention under a partnership with Eve Urban Air Mobility LLC to order 100 of its eVTOL aircraft. This aircraft was previously known as the Embraer X. Note that Eve Urban Air Mobility was founded by Embraer, and so it has access to over 5,000 employees and intellectual property of Embraer, which gives them a huge leg up in the competition. Furthermore, they already have an existing supply chain of aerospace-grade vendors at their disposal, something that other startups don't have. From estimates, it is also one of the most expensive aircraft in its category, valuing over $8 million per unit. Archer Aviation has also bagged a deal with United Airlines. United has put in a highly provisional $1 billion order for up to 200 of Archer Maker's eVTOL air taxis, with an option for an additional $500 million worth down the track. This brings the value of the Maker to around $5 million per unit. One of the most popular aircraft in the eVTOL industry is the Lilium jet. In 2021, they launched their 7-seater concept and got an order for $1 billion for 220 units of its 7-seater aircraft. This means approximately $4.5 million a unit. These orders are for Brazilian airline Azul. They plan to begin flight operation for a countrywide eVTOL network expected to kickstart in 2025. Lilium will also have 14 dedicated vertiports spanning Florida with service introduction in 2024. In the fixed-wing category, Bio Aerospace has over $250 million of orders for 2- and 4-seaters from air taxi operators and flying schools. Bio is so inundated with orders that it has just doubled its price because the aircraft still costs far less per mile than the traditional internal combustion engine equivalent. The Velis Electro from Pipistrel received orders of 56 units by British and French flying schools. Note that Velis Electro is the world's first electric-powered airplane to receive a type certificate. Aviation Alice, with their revised aircraft design, with 2 instead of 3 propulsors, has received orders from Deutsche Post for 12 aircraft for use by DHL to transport cargo, with delivery planned from 2024. When produced, it will be the electric aircraft with the longest range. that is of 506 miles. On a similar front, Ampere for their 6-seat aircraft, the EEL, received orders of 50 units. The EEL is basically a Cessna Skymaster 337 retrofitted with an electric drivetrain. This aircraft is ideal for short-distance island hopping flights. Note that the EEL is already being tested in Orkney, Scotland. Although it has to be mentioned that the variant being tested is hybrid, that is, one propeller is run by a motor while the other is run by a normal piston engine. This still gives fewer emissions compared to a conventional aircraft and also gives it a longer range compared to pure battery electric aircraft. Speaking of fixed-wing aircraft, in 2021, Rolls-Royce achieved 3 different records. Their aircraft, the Spirit of Innovation, achieved the top speed record of 387.4 miles per hour. The aircraft also broke the record for top average speed over 3 kilometers, that is 345.4 miles per hour, and 330.6 miles per hour over 15 kilometers. It also broke the record for the fastest climb to 3,000 meters by an electric plane by 60 seconds with a recorded time of just 202 seconds. 2021 was also the year of test flights. Joby's first prototype, the S4A taxi, flew more than 5,300 miles and now has more than 1,000 test flight notches on its belt. The Kitty Hawk to date has built 13 prototype aircraft with more than 700 test flights. Opener's Blackfly did its first public flying display at the Oshkosh Air Show. In terms of battery technology, all eyes in the electric aviation sector are on the upcoming solid-state batteries. Toyota was to release the first ever solid-state battery cars in 2021. However, things have been sluggish on that front mainly because of COVID delays and supply chain disruption. Toyota has been road testing their solid-state battery car for nearly 6 months now. While there are other players advancing the solid-state battery technology, but Toyota is the furthest out. For the electric aircraft, the availability of solid-state battery technology would mean doubling their existing range. An hour of flight time could increase to 2 hours of flight time with reserve. This will significantly increase the variety of missions they can be used for. Overall, there was significant development in the electric aviation sector during 2021. The certification process is the next challenge, which can take around $1 billion for every aircraft. The thing that is not helping the aviation companies are the regulations by FAA and EASA. The requirements are still being formed and any changes to them mean reviews and changes to the aircraft which will cause a huge financial loss to the aircraft makers. And with this, the video is concluded. If you learned something from it, then please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your attention.